Curtis. Curtis.
We know where she went. We discussed this
Curtis,
already.
you should come join my cult.
He's asking you to join the cult.
I don't need to join the cult because
Hold
cult
on.
doesn't
We
need
need
to
to
exist.
we need to see you. There
Yes,
you are.
There you are. Hi, Curtis.
Hi, Curtis.
Nice of you to join us. Oh, he can't see.
Yeah, this is where my video return system would be very handy.
But yes, Curtis, come join my cult.
Actually, I think the camera I have in here is capable of doing wireless video monitoring. Maybe. I'd have to look into it.
Interesting.
It's possible.
Possible. Why don't you go find out? It's going to be dark.
Yeah, I've got that. Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Right.
also, hello. Thank you for joining us. I'm not sure how much of this intro was going to get cut, or of that intro that we had that wasn't really an intro and just us rambling about random crap for 5 minutes as Ryan starts Googling information
Google.
about what we are talking about on this fine, cold Wisconsin evening.
Ryan,
but not
did
so
you even
cold.
watch? Did you even watch the new episode?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did.
Okay, but you're just googling it because.
Because why not?
Quick
why not?
refresher.
Yeah.
And having pertinent information at hand, available.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
More or less.
I am, as always, Noah.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Curtis.
We are here today to talk about the Mandalorian, as it was pronounced in Legends.
Ah.
I think.
Yep. Well, that was like the ancient name for the Mandalorians in Star Wars Legends. But that is, unfortunately, a legend now.
That was the way.
Thanks, Lucasfilm. So, El Mandalorian, which translates to The Mandalorian. Season 2, Episode Quattro. Look at that 4 that Curtis held up.
It wasn't like the German 4.
What's the German for?
It's a reference to Inglourious Bastards where the dude called him out for not being German because he didn't do the German 3 because he didn't do a 3 with his thumb and 2 fingers. So my joke is
I own
German
that movie,
4.
but I still have not popped it in and watched it.
I've never seen it either.
It's pretty good. I enjoy it. They have, what's his name? Mike Myers. He's in the beginning. He plays like an English general, and he has
Really?
and he has such a great accent. It's like you're not quite sure if you should be laughing at it or if you should be like amazed at it because he's so good at doing that accent by now.
Yes.
And I remember I watched a couple of YouTube videos where they just put that scene where he's in it, and some people commented, it's like, it's so English, my teeth are yellowing and I want to drink tea now.
You don't want to drink tea?
I mean, I always do.
Yeah, good. A proper British man.
Earl Grey. Hot.
So I'm curious what you guys thought of the new episode, because I thought it was okay, but people seem to be thinking it's amazing, at least what I was reading online.
I'm above okay, but below amazing.
I'm in that same realm.
Okay.
I thought it was good, not great.
It was more or less just kind of filler.
It's
but
not
it's stuff that I think
It's important.
it's
filler.
important filler. Yeah.
It's the white stuff in an Oreo. It's the most important filling you will ever taste.
Interesting
Interesting.
analogy.
Does it work?
Sure.
Okay, we're going with it.
Your perspective teller?
Didn't really change much when he died.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I thought the episode was a lot of kind of random action, and there were some awkward, like, there's some awkward moments, kind of, where they were just like, "Oh, okay." I don't know.
Yeah.
But
But
they
the ending was
did
cool.
make a slight reference to Family Guy Star Wars. The railing.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no railing
There's
here.
no railing here.
That is true. Yep.
So for that, you got to give it at least a +1 point.
Yep, and everyone loved Baby Yoda using the Force to get little blue cookies. So
If that's why people really loved this episode, then I get why I didn't really love this episode, because I thought that was just kind of like quaint. It's like, oh, he used the Force to get cookies
Because he's a baby.
because he's a baby and he's really hungry. He
Yeah.
eats everything.
Apparently.
It's a baby world out there.
Yep.
Okay.
Just
Well,
like,
okay.
Okay.
Okay. So the episode begins, as it does, with these kinds of Star Wars-y things, with a ship in space.
Did it start with that, or did it start with what's her name
Oh, it did start with what's her name in the...
fighting a bunch of people?
Right.
The guys that got their arms chopped off in episode 4. I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah,
species that is.
Don't look at me.
I'm Pig Nose, and this is my brother-in-law, Scott.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
Right. Roar!
Yeah, because they stole something?
Well, she's the marshal of Planet Dave
Oh,
Navarro
yeah.
now.
That's right. Planet Dave Navarro.
Well, it's just Navarro, but it is Planet Dave Navarro. I'm a friend of Dave Navarro's.
You're a friend of Dave Navarro's.
Saw me here last week. You seem like a cool dude.
I saw you here last week. You seem like a cool dude.
Move along.
Move along. Move along. More Star Wars Family Guy.
It all ties together.
Yes. Where
So-
did Cara Thrace go? Anyways.
We already know. You don't have to ask the question. You can't ask the question anymore. Curtis, you're going to have to cut out that little piece and my entire tirade now.
No. Okay. So be like, well, Ryan will get the reference. In Lost, they watch those orientation films, and there are just little tiny bits cut out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Noah should watch that show sometime.
I shouldn't. Just to
Allie and I
spite you
just
at
got to
this
season
point.
3. Yep, we're in season 3. It's great.
Yeah. It is good.
Season 3 is where things really start to get a little complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Complicated.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the middle of reading a book at the moment, Curtis, so... Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson. For those of you who weren't asking, it's a fantasy
Okay.
novel.
Cool.
All right, so she shot all those people, and then we're in the spaceship.
Yep.
Yep.
And he's still dealing with how it's put back together by Mon Calamari, and all the fishnets are barely holding as they're flying through space.
Yeah, and one of those pieces of metal are just like flapping.
Firefly-esque.
It was
It's almost like it's a space western.
very similar.
Who could have seen this coming? They need Alan
The ship
Tudyk.
even kind of looks like it too, from a certain point of view.
From a certain point of view. Oh, Lord.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together. I love
Where
it when
did
a plan
Cara Thrace
comes
go?
to go. Stop asking it. Stop it. It's time to stop.
It's never time.
It's always time.
That cable was annoying me.
I saw that. Curtis did
ugh.
not see that.
No. Curtis, your hair looks more Jesus-y than normal.
It's getting kind of long. Allie and I, had a picture taken, and unfortunately,
them.
it was just getting like
Yeah.
for most of them. It's like, whoa.
Hey, Curtis, you know your hair?
I know of it.
It's getting kind of shaggy.
It is getting a little shaggy.
You're supposed to put a
Thanks.
hat on.
I don't have a hat.
Darn. Well, then my joke has been ruined, and well, we must move on.
My mind went to
So
something
Mando
really
starts
different.
talking to his old comrades.
No, first he had Baby Yoda in a crawl duct, trying to,
That's right. He was trying to get him to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he electrocutes himself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't put those together. Ah!
Uh-huh.
Yep, take the blue wire, put it where the red,
red
wire
wire
was, and put the red wire where the blue wire was. We just couldn't figure it out.
Right.
Kind of Baby Groot.
Hmm
Yes.
It was very,
Yeah.
very similar.
So then he's like, let's go find my old friends,
Yeah.
/ enemies / companions.
Hmm
Friend and companions for short.
Yep.
Do 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 do.
They land on planet Dave Navarro.
Planet Dave Navarro.
The ship barely opens up.
Yep. Seems like your ship's seen better days.
Yep.
Wow. Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Yeah.
And, there's the person, the mechanic with
All
the
right.
bug eyes that
Mechanic with bug
certainly
eyes.
didn't look.
Didn't look suspicious,
Didn't look
and the camera
suspicious.
definitely didn't focus on them for an odd amount of time.
Yep.
Didn't see that
Kinda
one
like
coming.
Snout Man in episode 4.
Yeah. Similar.
See him in- Yeah. Music,
way?
It's all like dun dun.
I forget what the stormtroopers say after that.
Don't look at me. And then what happens, Curtis?
Stop that ship. Blast them.
Then I don't know. Somehow they get on the topic of what's his face wants to make the planet a trading hub in the sector or something.
Mhm.
But the only way to do that is to eradicate the Imperial base that's still left over. Not
Right.
in the green zone.
Hmm
Or something.
But do you remember who they met?
The
The blue fish guy
Oh
from-
right, yeah.
from episode 1 of the series.
yeah. Yes, he's back.
They decarbonated him. Apparently, he's still having trouble seeing out of his left eye.
Right.
That was a clever
That was
reference. I was like, huh.
carbon freezing sickness.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Mm.
I enjoyed that one.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're like, repairs on your ship's gonna take a while. We could use your help. He reluctantly agrees.
Hmm
They drop
After
Baby Yoda
leaving
off at a
Baby Yoda
school.
at the daycare,
Yeah. And he gets hungry.
and he steals that kid's cookies.
That darn Baby Yoda. Being all mischievous.
Mischievous. He somehow got one of those unfertilized eggs out of that thing.
Yeah.
Well, they were both in the cockpit.
I don't know how he did that.
That's impressive.
That was magical.
It's almost like he can use the Force.
This is where the Force theme has to play, Curtis.
No, don't do that. We're gonna get copyright struck. And then
Yeah.
what happens, Curtis?
But they set off, don't they? They take some random land speeder. It's very episode 4 looking.
It is very episode 4 looking. It's the fish guy's land speeder. I
Mhm.
believe
Oh, is it?
he mentions
Oh,
that
okay.
specifically.
Hmm.
Which is funny because later they destroy it.
Yes.
It goes boom.
The base is apparently accessible by an elevator at the bottom of a canyon.
Canyon?
Yeah. The lava canyon. That's right.
Well, they're right next to a volcano.
Yeah.
It's also accessible by jetpack.
Right.
Seems like a pretty big design flaw. Should probably board it up. Put some plywood over it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next part when the Mandalorian does fly up and he tosses a guy off, and he
Fake
lands on the
Wilhelm
ground.
scream.
That was very like. It reminded me a lot of Shadows of the Empire when you'd shoot guys from tall places and they just. Yeah.
Ah! Yeah.
Also with a fake Wilhelm scream.
Yeah. All coming together.
It's all coming together. I was actually kind of sad that they didn't use the Wilhelm scream.
Maybe they're saving it.
They're
for
saving it for
later
episode 16.
Maybe.
Dun 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 dun. Over and over the music plays.
We already reviewed Shadows of the Empire, so I can't even make the dumb joke.
So I watched another video
Oh no.
of this. This guy interviewed one of the creators of that game, and he talked about the music and how, like the ending when there's that big choir of singers, that was like some poem that the author wrote for the novel in a like. Well, now it would be legends, but it was apparently the language of the original species that was on Coruscant.
Oh, okay.
And then it died off.
Right.
Ah.
So, yeah, I thought that was like, wow, they
Interesting.
really went in depth with that.
We've learned something new today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty fancy.
Yeah. So,
They're in the
anyways,
base.
They're in the base.
They're in the base. They're shooting people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, they're sneaking. They don't shoot people until the way out. Really.
Yeah, I suppose.
They shoot one or two, but they're mostly sneaking, sneaking, sneaking.
Yeah, they come across the cloning room, maybe. Hard
Right,
to
and that's
say.
when they shoot those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to figure out what's going on.
All right, they're
Wait,
trying
no,
to,
that happens
trying
after.
to oh, does it?
Yeah.
That happens after they get to the reactor. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh.
Because there's a ticking clock that they
Yeah.
absolutely don't stick to at all.
Yeah, they don't.
They're like, we have 2 minutes. And then 6 minutes later, they get out of there. And everything
Yeah.
blows up.
Yeah, the officers are trying to shred the documents.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yee.
Yeet.
Oh, no.
And they almost get rid of everything, and then we get a little callback to the first season when the Baby Yoda was captured by the Empire and they were doing the tests, and there was that doctor.
That doctor lived.
That doctor did live.
So this recording would have been after that.
Yeah,
because
that's right.
Yep.
And he only had a limited supply of
Blood.
the asset's blood.
Uh-oh.
Curtis, you're gone.
You're gone.
Am I? I mean, I still feel like I'm here.
Curtis.
Not support is what your screen says, Curtis.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
It hasn't come back?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm back?
You are.
We're back.
Oh. I don't know. So the memes are out pointing that it looks like it might be Snoke in one of those tubes.
It's not.
It's not?
No.
You're
Snoke.
certain?
Well, think about it in terms of what is quote-unquote canon these days. Snoke was created by Palpatine on Exegol.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Do you not remember Episode 9?
I
Where
mean, I remember
Palpatine
seeing-
said that he created Snoke, and you saw him in a vat on Exegol?
Well, I saw those Snoke things. I just thought maybe this was the precursor to that. They were working on the technology to give to the Emperor
No.
or something.
That doesn't make sense.
Oh, good.
But where's the Emperor right now? At this
Well, this
time
is 5
in-
years after.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hard
Exactly.
to say.
Yeah. We won't know.
Hopefully we never know.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You got to get a couple more uses out of Ian McDermott.
Right, you can. You just don't connect it to the sequels in any way. We could erase them from existence.
Until
Change the past.
they reveal that
Oh no.
that the Mandalorian is actually Rey's brother. Ah!
That doesn't make sense.
That makes him Palpatine's grandson. Ah!
That also doesn't make sense.
It won't happen, I'm sure.
Thank God, because that's all kinds of logic bending nonsense.
Where did Gareth Rice go?
Why do you keep asking? I don't get it. Even Curtis is shaking his head.
Yeah, we know the answer. It's
We
done.
know the answer.
That you could start a new cult. Where was the Emperor? Between.
I don't want to know that.
Gotcha.
Ouch. Right into episode 9's heart.
Ugh. Episode 9 could have been so much better.
Well,
It could
apparently
have been, but it wasn't.
There was an article about some people at Disney are, in support of the 4-hour Super JJ cut of episode 9.
There's a script leak that had a very different story.
Yeah.
I liked that story better.
The Colin Trevorrow
Yeah, the Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates.
Yeah, that's what they were originally going to call it.
Better title, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that. Well, oh well.
So, anyways,
They're getting shot at
they're
now.
getting shot at. They're running.
Mhm.
Mando splits up because reasons. He needs to get back quickly to
Mhm.
shoot something or to get the kid,
Mhm.
make sure he's safe.
Yep.
So he goes
Right.
back to the reactor shaft and flies out of that.
Yep.
Then the rest are running and shooting and running and shooting and run and shoot some more until they get back to the big hangar deck thing.
Mhm.
And they steal the
The-
toy transport.
Yeah, the transport that the fish dude really liked and was like, you can get so much for this on the black market.
Well, do you understand the reference, Ryan?
No.
That was originally like an episode 4 toy.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
From like the 70s. And so when Mandalorian season 1 made it canon, everyone freaked out.
Oh.
So now they brought it back for another episode and people get to freak out some more.
Even better.
Isn't it great? I don't know. I think it's kind of neat because even in Legends, it wasn't a canon vehicle. It was just some weird toy.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
So it's just kind of neat.
the more you know.
The more you know.
So they're escaping. They're escaping speeder bike troopers,
Mhm.
And
and then the
TIE
TIE fighters are
fighters.
deployed. Yeah.
and they fight, 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 and they fight.
And I don't really remember how they get out of the TIE fighter situation.
They
The Mandalorian shows up and
Oh yeah.
shoots them,
Yeah,
Oh, he
they
does?
shot one TIE fighter down,
and there were
and then the
couple
turret
more.
gets blown up, and then
Yeah.
they get
Oh,
near
yeah.
the town, and Mandalorian blows up the other two with the Razor Crest. And he's flying
Oh,
around Baby
yeah,
Yoda,
yeah.
and he
Yep.
does some barrel rolls
And Baby
that aren't
Yoda's
real
like,
barrel rolls,
Whee!
and then he throws up.
Yep. Throws up blue cookies.
Yep. So then they're like, "Thanks, Mando. You did such a great thing."
Mhm.
Oh, we skipped over in the scientist dude's recording. He specifically mentioned the subject's M count.
I know. Yeah.
yes.
I was
The
trying to
M
avoid
M
that
count.
actually.
Really?
I was just going to ignore that.
But you can't. It measures force, Curtis. You can't just ignore the midichlorians.
Well, I guess it is interesting that they decided to go that route. Maybe they just won't bring it back up.
Or maybe they will.
Hmm.
But anyways, coming back to the end again, which I left us from, led us away from. Those are words. They're like, you should stick around and hang out, and he's like, no, I've got to go bring this thing back to its people, and I know where I'm going. Bye.
Yep.
And then we get an epilogue with evil, what's his name, Moff Gideon.
Well, first there's the rebel
Oh right.
guy comes in. He's doing his police cleanup.
Oh,
work.
I forgot about that part. He's like,
so-
you should come help us again.
Oh yeah.
He gives her a little medallion. Yeah.
Plaque, yeah.
I assume it's like a transceiver, or maybe it's like the Princess Zelda's letter from Ocarina of Time. It gets you into places.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if that's actually a setup, and she's gonna
I assume it
rescue
is.
him in an X-wing or a B-wing or a something wing.
I assume it's a setup.
Hmm.
Seems like it in this kind of show.
Hmm.
But then, yeah, we found out Bug-Eye Alien was a traitor.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. Right, they put the tracker on.
And
They're tracking us.
Not this ship, sister.
Haha. And then she informs Moff Gideon that the tracking device has been deployed.
Mhm.
And Ryan, did you notice what he was standing near? The many alcoves.
what were they? Are they Borg alcoves?
No. What? No, Ryan, I think you'll be excited about this because smart people, smarter than I, figured out that if you watch the episode with descriptive audio, it tells you what is standing in those alcoves.
Oh.
Dark Troopers.
Oh.
That's what I thought they were.
They're making Dark Troopers canon again.
Okay. Cool.
Weren't Dark
neat.
Troopers canon?
No, those are Death Troopers or something.
Oh.
Those are technically like precursors to what Dark Troopers are, because Dark Troopers rely a lot more on cybernetics, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't-
Ryan doesn't remember
I don't
either.
remember.
Well, and then people were, they're trying to figure out, are they trying to give these troopers force abilities? Is that
Right.
part of the thing? Or
Wasn't quite sure on that front, but
Yeah.
perhaps just make them resistant to the Force. Possibly. It's
know.
possible.
Oh, maybe they'll make those. Have they made those creatures canon? The ones from the Thrawn books?
Yusilmiri?
Yeah.
They
No.
so
No.
in one of the episodes of Rebels,
Oh,
you
God.
can see Thrawn's desk, and he has a statue of two of the lizards behind
Ah.
it, but you never see any real ones, so I'm not
Ah.
sure.
And given Rebels and Clone Wars' preclusion to nods and Easter eggs, that might just be an Easter
It
egg
might-
for those of you that know Thrawn.
Yeah. So at the moment,
No.
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 but
But if Thrawn were to come back from the edge of the galaxy, having killed Edra Bridgers, perhaps by finding Salamiri, is Salamiri, and using that to his advantage.
well, if the Yusilmiri exists, so would
Yusilmiri.
those. What were those dog things?
Would the dog things have to exist?
They were kind of a yin and yang kind of thing.
Right, but I think they could get away with it.
Maybe. I don't know.
They were a yin and yang thing on that planet, but that planet doesn't have to exist. You could come up with a different ecosystem.
Maybe that's the planet that he landed on.
And killed Ezra Bridger on.
Maybe Thrawn is out there hanging out with Shizor and Dash Rendar. They're just having a party.
And Mara Jade?
And Mara Jade, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, they're all sitting there going, this is the Legends Clubhouse.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, oh, those poor people.
And Thrawn's like, yeah, I'm the only one who can actually leave this place. Suckers.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, they have the potential to make Prince Shizor canon because they've already established Black Sun,
All right.
and
Forgot
his
about that.
species. What's his species called?
I don't remember.
Yeah, but yeah, were they in Rebels episodes or were they were in
Clone Wars. They were in the
Yeah.
Clone Wars, and I think that was supposed to be something that was going to happen. That there was supposed to be Prince Shizor was supposed to show up at some point, but
Probably in
they never got
Rebels.
around to it.
Oh, set up Shizor as existing in the universe in
Mhm.
Clone Wars. Got it. Long roundabout way of saying I understand.
Just gotta meet up with Jon Favreau at some fancy party, somehow sneak in the back door and just whisper it in his ear and make it like he
You mean
came
we
up
have to
with the
tip up his
idea,
cowboy hat and give him these great ideas?
but- right? Yeah.
That'd be Dave Filoni.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's Dave Filoni.
We gotta
Wrong
go
one.
Inception on it.
Oh boy.
Implant the
Yeah.
ideas in their dreams, inside dreams, inside dreams.
Yeah.
So
and
many
then-
layers.
And then
It's like
eventually they'll
16
end up,
walls.
yeah. They'll end up without even knowing it. They'll retcon the entire sequel trilogy.
Ooh.
Mm.
It won't happen. Odds are it won't happen.
I liked episode 7, and went downhill.
That's 1 for 3. That's not a very good ratio, Curtis.
I know.
Ryan remains untalkative. Not sure if he liked any of them or none of them. Maybe all of them.
I think The Last Jedi was the best of all of them.
Oh my.
Interesting.
Hmm.
You're not alone in that opinion, Ryan. In fact, you're in very poor company.
They were all sort of okay.
Okay.
That's all I can say. They were all sort of okay.
They were all sort of okay. They didn't average out to be pretty great, like the first 6 Star Trek movies?
No. It's all sort of okay.
All sort of okay. Interesting.
Speaking of interesting, they're bringing B-Wings and TIE Defenders to squadrons.
I did see that, because you sent it to us, and I dropped my phone.
Oh. Yeah, well, it's exciting.
I bet.
We can lock more S-foils or whatever.
In attack position.
Yeah. And TIE Defenders, they're just cool. Still no TIE Advanced. It's interesting.
Well, the TIE Defender, isn't that the Thrawn project?
Yeah. So, that makes sense. But, I
Well,
guess the
in new
only-
canon, that didn't get started.
It got started.
was.
Right,
in
but it didn't
Rebels.
get finished because all those resources went to the Death Star.
Mhm.
We read that, or I read that book anyways. I'm
Yeah.
sure you two read that book also. We didn't talk about that book. These are different Thrawn books.
Yeah. Well,
Very
the
confusing.
TIE Defenders make an appearance in Rebels.
Yeah.
Right, but those are prototypes, I think.
Yeah. Isn't that where they find Wedge or something? Is that the same?
Oh, God.
It might have
episode?
been.
Oh,
It's been a
no.
while.
A young Wedge Antilles.
My hatred for Rebels is coming back.
There's no reason to hate it.
There's plenty of reasons to hate it. I'll name one, Ezra Bridger.
Lando made an appearance.
Mm.
Princess Leia made an appearance. Wedge.
Okay.
Mon Mothma.
On
Mothma.
Mothma.
Yep.
But no Manny Both hands.
I hate you. I hate you, sir. Carry on, Jenkins. Ugh. We can't talk about that anymore. Dang it. Curtis, you gotta play Mass Effect.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, you do.
Hey, they're re-releasing it.
They're remastering it.
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
Could
I'd
play
much
all of
rather
them.
they remaster Everything or Nothing, the classic James Bond game, or
Goldeneye?
they. Oh, Did they remastered GoldenEye? I think
They didn't remaster it. They made a new GoldenEye.
Oh,
They were gonna release a remaster, but then they didn't.
hmm.
And their remake kind of sucks, but is okay. I
Hmm.
beat it once.
Mm.
I own it. It's okay. It's got Daniel Craig. It's just not as iconic as Pierce Brosnan.
Mm.
Yep. That's why you need everything or nothing. It was a whole Bond. It was basically like a Bond movie, but a video game. Completely
That's what
original
most of them
story.
tried to do. Like Nightfire? Wasn't that another good one?
It was good for the multiplayer. Everything or Nothing brought back Jaws.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Could I still play as Oddjob?
If there's a multiplayer version, I'm sure it's probably
That's good.
stuffed in there somewhere.
Is this the same James Bond game where you play as James Bond from different Bond movies? There's some game that exists out there where you kind
that
of...
was a newer one. It was, yeah, I know what
Mhm.
you're talking about. But
Because they got some people... Like, they got the guy who played the bad guy in Die Another Day. Like, the original guy to come in during the scene where they're fighting in the plane and it's about to blow up, and he goes, "Oh, look, parachutes for the both of us." And he redid that line for this
of
game.
course,
That's
but
incredible.
can't pull that audio from the movie. You got to re-record it.
They were less lazy than Independence Day. Must go faster. Must go faster. Literally just ripped out of Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Oh,
Truly.
you got... What's his name? Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum. He was at peak Jeff Goldblum at that time.
Shirtless Jeff Goldblum. That was
Yeah.
certainly the peak. It's all downhill after the shirtless Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park.
Jurassic World 3.
No.
It's going to be great.
No.
They got like the whole cast coming back.
I don't care.
Samuel L. Jackson's coming back?
Well, they could do it if they saved his arm. They could clone him.
I suppose.
Oh, no.
They already cloned the... What's her face?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Could have a
Oh,
Samuel
no.
L. Jackson
Hello
army.
again, friend.
What was that?
I said you could have a Samuel L. Jackson army.
Oh. Oh.
I don't think there's enough snakes or
Oh.
planes for that. So this is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the episode.
It was decent.
It was decent.
It was fine.
It was fine.
Like I said, I thought the pacing was a little weird at times.
I'll agree to that. I definitely think, as I said, or I believe I've said this before, I think the whole series would be great if they were all like an hour long or 50 minutes long. I think the shorter route is hurting things. But that's me.
Well, the rumor is that this week's episode is supposed to be in the 50 to 60 minute range.
So we're meeting Ahsoka. Got it.
It could be.
I think we are.
They might just leave us hanging until the last second. It'll be like grand search, and then finally at the end of the episode, it'll be like the end of Force Awakens. Probably.
Story for another day.
Oh, Force Awakens. For some reason, my mind went Force Unleashed, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that doesn't... It's not quite
I
the
mean, they
same.
never really finished that storyline either.
Right, but each of those stories were contained. They had a beginning, middle, and end. Even if the second one was
The
a very
second one-
quick beginning, middle, and end.
It was beginning, middle,
End.
end. There was...
It was about 3 missions.
Yeah.
Also, that Dagobah level, and you see Yoda.
Yeah, you don't do anything on that level. You walk over to Yoda,
See a cutscene.
and that's it.
Pretty much, yeah. Fun times.
If they just spent at least one more year, who knows what we could have
Ryan,
had.
Ryan, you say
Just-
that.
Just one more year.
Ryan, you say that. I'm currently on year 6 of waiting for a new Halo game, and we were saying just one more year
Just
to
one
make
more
this
year.
game better. And here we are. They gave us one more year. It's never coming out. It's an excuse to sell toys. It's a merchandising scheme.
Merchandise.
Mountain Dew.
Merchandising. So we've
Spaceballs the flamethrower. The kids love them.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true. So we've rambled a bit, as we are wont to do on occasion, but we've come around to a conclusion that this episode was good, not great.
Yeah.
Next week we will maybe discuss the next episode, or maybe not. Maybe have a guest star, maybe not. There was discussions about top 10 lists, in which 5 would be better than 6. Yes.
Interesting.
Interesting.
We're not a top 10 list.
How do you get people get anything done if all you ever do is argue with each other?
We don't. It's part of our charm.
Wait. I got it. Why don't we just do the top 10 lists that are on YouTube?
This is super meta content. I'm in.
We could.
There's
So
8
wait, do we each come out with our
top 10 lists
top
of
10
10 top
of top,
lists?
yeah, and
Or-
present them?
Or do we simply rate top 10 list channels?
Ooh.
Because there's channels that are dedicated to top 10 lists. Could you really pick a single top 10 list out of that channel to represent the best top 10 list? As I said, this is getting super meta. I'm on board.
I do like. I
And
think-
subscribe.
Oh.